Where am I supposed to go now?
We are going back to the office to steal some glasses. Because apparently we can't buy a magnifying glass anywhere.
I ought to visit the infiltrator office. Let's go there. Home sweet home.
And instead of just taking them off her face...
Hey, stop that!
Whoops. Sorry.
we are going to engage in these shenanigans because this is better somehow.
Good idea. Maybe now I can get her glasses.
What is it? Suddenly everything is so blurry.
Ha! Now that's what I call a good catch.
And that was somehow less inconspicuous. Okay, she is just going to sit there and accept this. So let's head back to the temple in Mexico.
To the airport, please. My ticket to Mexico.
Attention passengers, this is your captain speaking. Unfortunately, I must inform you that our plane has drifted far from our planned route because of a malfunction of the navigational system. As we are low on fuel and struggling with strong turbulence, I'm afraid that we must make an emergency landing. Please stay calm, remain in your seats, and buckle up. There is absolutely nothing to be worried about. If we should survive the after landing, our technicians will immediately repair any damage. Because of our staff shortage, one of the passengers will have to search the area for fuel. We will decide who will go by drawing lots. As it is very cold outside, the brave volunteer will of course receive one complimentary hot beverage.
I will inform you when we begin our final descent. Oh my god, we're out of fuel. We have to land immediately.
Ah, jeez. My worst nightmare. Thanks to some major turbine damage, my plane made a forced landing. And by that, I mean landing out in the middle of nowhere. I think this is the North Pole. And to make things even worse, if I don't find some jet fuel, I won't be able to get out of here.
Of course, this is a normal situation. It happens every day in life.
There's no chance for me to get away from here without jet fuel. Oh, that picture is frozen stiff. Don't bother. It's frozen solid. There hasn't been air traffic through here in years anyway. It's very cold in here.
So why are we here? Why did we take this route? Ah, the UI has disappeared again.
This barrel looks familiar. Woodley skis out here. Hey, I said it's really freaking cold in here.
I heard you.
They're about to freeze solid.
Yes, every time that Zak says that he is getting cold, we need to make him take a sip of hot coffee. But I just wanted to show off what happens when he dies. I don't believe that there is any hints for clue or for any puzzles in this newspaper. Anyway, let's carry on.
There's a few fortune-telling methods I know about, but I don't think telling the future from coffee grounds is one of them. That hot coffee should be able to warm me up a bit. Now I'm not freezing anymore. Let's go. Cool, in the truest sense of the word. Fantastic. The Earth's in danger, my plane crashed, and the first thing you want me to do is join the Polar Bear Club. Just forget it.
Do we get a badge?
Good idea. I could use those skis as a footbridge. A snowman? How'd this get here? Once again, I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, buddy. How are things? Whoops. I broke him. Hey, he was sitting on top of something shiny. Jet fuel cans. I've been looking all day for these. Jet fuel cans. Just what I've been looking for. Nothing's gonna stop my world trip now.
And just in case, because he does die without warning sometimes.
Hot coffee should be reserved for the proper situation. From time to time, it can be a real lifesaver.
Okay. I died once just by walking across the screen. I believe once we are done here, we won't be returning to Mexico. At least not anytime soon.
Yeah, I think I've finally gotten the hang of these glyphs. I'm not an expert, and I'll probably pronounce it all wrong, but the inscription reads, Sesamo abierto, soy su amo. I hope this will help me figure out what's going on here.
That sounds Spanish, and I have no idea what it means.
Sesamo abierto, soy su amo. Hey, this gets better and better by the minute. Another secret room.
Is that another... Well, is that another way of saying open sesame, but in Spanish? Anyway, we actually have a fairly logical puzzle. You can see here we have a metal plate.
Another metal plate. From the looks of it, this chamber's full of secret alcoves. There are 3 pyramids, each of which is a different size.
And we have 2 skulls just here.
It's a big human skull. A human skull. Based on the size, I think this is a little kid's skull.
We have 3 skulls in our possession. 1 small, 1 medium, 1 big. So we just need to put them back in order according to the sizes on this metal plate.
I've already solved this puzzle. Don't even try. This plate probably opens through some secret mechanism. The secret alcove just opened. You know, I'm beginning to wonder, why am I always the one to discover all these ancient secrets? So much for professional archaeologists. Or maybe I picked the wrong profession. That really doesn't interest me.
And yet we are here. Small, big, and then medium.
Something's happening. The hell? This looks like a Caponian skull. So wait, the Aztecs had made contact with the Caponians? They've been trying to conquer the world for centuries. Either they prayed to this Caponian like a god, or they sacrificed him to one. Make a great story. Once I'm done saving the world, I have to come back here and dig up more ancient records. The written kind, not the heavy metal kind. The hell? This looks like a Caponian skull. So wait, the Aztecs had made contact with the Caponians? They've been trying to conquer the world for centuries. Either they prayed to this Caponian like a god, or they sacrificed him to one. Make a great story. Once I'm done saving the world, I have to come back here and dig up more ancient records. The written kind, not the heavy metal kind.
Okay, thank you for the repeat. I'm just going to pick it up in case he says all of that again.
Uh-oh, that little voice in my head is saying, take it again. I guess I better put that in my inventory.
For centuries, the Caponians reigned over much of the earth. Hundreds of thousands were enslaved and forced to build imposing structures. Harbors for their spaceships, monuments that symbolized their immeasurable power. They appeared as high priests and brought fear and terror. All their power and energy came from a purple crystal. The Scalarians managed to drive off the Caponians and hide the artifact. But now that they have returned and gained back the crystal, it is up to you to protect the Earth. This skull will be of help to you.
It looks more like a mask than a skull.
A Caponian skull. Hopefully I won't get stopped by the police. There'd probably be a lot of questions about a guy walking around with an alien's head. Scooped out, that thing would make a perfect Halloween costume.
Scooped out? What's inside of it? I'm glad that we had more plot line, but still, I have two questions.
Okay, let's go back to the airport.
Dum-dee. Dum-dee-dum. So, what's new?
The boss has instructed our informant in Mexico to get rid of that annoying reporter.
Finally. It was about to get risky. Did you complete his mission?
Well, he regretfully lost trace of him, and currently I'm not getting any contact with him.
What? How could that happen?
That jungle is like a freaky maze. He probably got lost in it somewhere.
Damn it. So the only hope we have is that McKracken will get lost too. Let's go back to the project topic now. Is everything still running on schedule?
Yes, sir. The tests were successful. It appears to be the right crystal, perfectly suited as a power source for our machine.
Finally, some good news. So tell the king that we are about to begin. He will be very satisfied.
Connection established.
We are ready, boss.
Initiate phase blue, now!
Alright, boss, on the way.
Once again, I click on things before I finish talking. The two questions that I have is, why wasn't the machine and crystal destroyed? And secondly, why did they hide it on Earth when it was humans that they enslaved? Why not hide it on another planet? Anyway, we're now going to go back to San Francisco.
Finally, I can go back to home sweet home San Francisco.
We need to make use of this skull. We have black hair and a Caponian skull, so maybe we can fashion some sort of mask out of it.
Where am I supposed to go now? Fair enough. I really need to be getting home. Hang on, I'll only be a second. That doesn't work.
Why not? Oh, this is new.
Hey, someone hung a poster here. Memoirs of a King. Out now. It shows the king, with his famous black pompadour, riding through Egypt in his pink Cadillac. Cool. I've decided. You're right. A wig is the most important thing I need right now.
Excellent! Old Stanislav always knows about his customers' wishes, doesn't he? To ensure your complete satisfaction with your wig, the only thing left to do is for you to take our personality test, so we're ready to begin. How old are you?
We need to make a wig that looks like Elvis Presley's hair. So we need to choose the correct options. And if we don't choose the correct options, then we get the wrong wig. There is only one correct response to each question. I would show each one off, but it will take a while and it will cost us money. So I'm going to go straight for the correct answers.
I'm older than you might think.
That's why you're here, aren't you? Let's move on to question 2. What job are you currently working in?
I own a business.
So you will see that the wig will even make your business success twice as big as before. Next, what I have to know from you is, who would be the musical artist who inspires you the most?
Madonna?
Elvis Presley. No one was cooler.
Ah, so you're a fan of the King. And what are your preferred travel destinations on your vacation?
Mystic areas, shrouded in legend.
Have you ever been to Egypt? Inside many pyramids, you can find detailed instructions about how they manufactured wigs eons ago. Question number 5. If you were driving a car, in what way would you want to be cruising along in it?
Kicking back in a pink Cadillac. My lifelong dream.
You should remember to have some of that special glue on hand for your rides with the top down. Last but not least, could you please tell me your desired hair color?
Naughty orange?
Classic black never goes out of style.
I know my aim now. I'll get to work on your wig immediately. You will be surprised. You won't believe that it's still you, and above all, you won't want to be apart from your wig anymore. It's always been the same way in the past. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about.
Are you finished with my wig yet?
I hope you do not assume the artificial hair bros to be slow guys, but such a wig would require a long, cautious kind of work. This cannot be done in a slappish kind of way.
Let me guess. You ran into problems.
Yes, there is a little problem indeed. We are in need of black human hair for your order, but there is regretfully nothing in stock anymore anywhere. Usually our delivery boy who provides us with the material for our fine and world-known wigs puts down a packet once a week right in front of our establishment. As you might have noticed already, there is a bus stop right at the side of the street.
Oh, yeah, I remember. It had that weird bus driver who just kept falling asleep. Over and over again?
Exactly! So you are from that place. You know, a lot of our customers come from faraway cities and towns.
I live next door, actually. But you were explaining why my wig wasn't finished yet.
Right. Well, we often had to deal with complaints by our customers who couldn't get back to their homes because the bus driver did not take his route to the airport. That's why I made a complaint about the driver at the bus company. Shortly after, they fired him, and that's the reason why the route is currently unavailable. When the driver got to know that I had squealed on him, he intended to seek vengeance upon me, and he did just that by watching our delivery boy that morning, stealing all of the goods and throwing that hair reserved for your wig into the Golden Gate. Oh, that wonderful hair.
That's just great. So what does this mean for my wig, then?
Consequences, yes. So I'm terribly sorry to tell you that you will have to wait for the next supply. Nor did that boy give any indication of agreeing to an exceptional delivery either.
Rats.
I'm utterly disconsolate.
You told me you were out of hair, right? Well, I just happen to have some right here.
Brilliant! You can't imagine how thankful I am to hear that. I know my orders now. I'll get to work on your wig immediately. You will be surprised. You won't believe it's still you, and above all, you won't want to be apart from your wig anymore. It's always happened the same way in the past. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about.
I'm here to ask for my wig again.
It's that gentleman again, unsatisfied with his hair. Well, in view of the kind of treatment people commonly give to their hair, this is not surprising at all. Dandruff, alopecia, the whole range. And thereafter they'd go like, Stanislav, why don't you have anything to fix my hair? Something against dandruff or a hair restorer? But what about taking good care of that before? But no, zilch, bubkus, not too surprising, is it? People want to look top-notch, but the most important of all, the hair is always neglected the most. Oh, I could tell you a load of tales about that. Listen, one day a customer came in here with a terribly bad scalp. Even his toupee started to develop alopecia because it was so petrified. And believe it or not, he insisted on getting his money back. The straw that broke the camel's back, he had the cheek to call me a swindler. What an effrontery, really! But mind you, good old Stanislav always must have one more ace up his sleeve, mustn't he? For instance, my hair will only get washed using a self-made tincture of pine honey and aloe vera. The hair gets soaked in that lotion for 48 hours. Then I would rinse it and soak it again. Most pleasant, I can assure you.
Excuse me, but you see...
You're likely to hear that I would be charging you for these utterly invaluable hints. Isn't that so? But no worries. You know what? I'm really fond of you, and that's why you will get my vast experiences free of charge. So that's nothing, huh? But where was I?
You were talking about the what?
Yes, of course, the tincture. A runaway success, I can tell you, since every one of my customers are keen on the recipe. Note, too, that most of those will merely give you the chance for good hair, but no extra service at all. Yes, they do need a wig from the artificial hair bros. That's us. Whoops, did I remember to mention that they're made from human hair? Of course I did. Each wig is intricately crafted by hand, so every bit of it will classify as unique, not ignored by our customers, mind you. That will also explain their enthusiasm easily, won't it?
This is all very interesting, but about the wig.
And even you will be enthusiastic too. In the long term, you're unlikely to stay with one and the same model. It's so likely to get boring after a certain while, isn't it? And even there I can give you good advice, to avoid repeating yourself in your looks. Although our wigs are made from human hair, they underwent special treatment nonetheless. This lets every wig have its own unique hairdo, and I mean each and every wig, mind you. Just imagine the advantages this has. You'll never have to tune up or dress your wig, nor will you ever have to wash or dry it. No matter whether you're in a sauna or windsurfing, the wig will hold in both cases. Finally, an end to that old-fashioned hairdo created by the negative influence of salt water. That is the big hit, I tell you. However, while I'm mentioning salt water, I have to add something important. For this will require you to treat your wig with our specially crafted wax. Otherwise, the hair will get split ends, and that's not something we want, is it? Yet that it is a very moderate price if you consider that you will get the finest human hair in return.
Actually...
A wig which fits so well that you can't even identify it as a wig, nor even feel it. With an extravagantly, perfectly woven-in hairdo, the only place you can get such a wig is from us, the artificial hair bros. Yeah, you can barely imagine that. I've just received a call from someone telling me that this year's toupee symposium is going to be held in our town. All luminaries of our industry will be present there. And albeit only spanning a very few in the elite category, these are such as the artificial hair bros. And I'm not intending to brag, for they say don't blow your own trumpet, right? Yet false modesty is a bit out of place in this case, which everyone might be confirming that these are a real lot.
Sorry to interrupt, I know you're very busy, but...
Do you have a clue who got the privilege to organize that? Yes, my brother Dragoslav and I. Can you imagine? I'll be sharing a table with Sheikh El Opakya from Syria, and I can assure you, we'll again win the golden ringlet in the long run.
Yes, that's amazing. But I want my wig, please.
Oh, why didn't you say that in the beginning? The pompadour. I think you had the pompadour.
You got a progress report on that wig?
Well, what do you think? It's not by pure coincidence that the artificial hair bros have a worldwide reputation.
Wonderful.
There it is. Wonderful, isn't it? Just like the king himself. Although I don't want to brag again, I'd like to tell you that our father, who worked in the same industry as we do, manufactured and designed the king's wig all by himself. Your wig is finished. May I now have your cash card, please?
Here you are.
Thank you, my friend. And here it is, your spanking new wig. And if you should need any more care instructions for it, you'll know where to find me.
Thanks. I'll be sure to come back if I need anything else.
Listen, in your business, you'd never be out of work. Lots and lots of work. As much as I would like to, I simply cannot spend so much time, like all day, to listen to your life story.
Aha! A perfect imitation of the king's hairdo. But this alone won't be enough. If I'm going to trick the Caponians, I'll have to rearrange my face. In a good way.
I'll rearrange your face.
An Elvis toupee, made from human hair.
All that waffling just to get this wig.
It's definitely eye-catching, but I don't think this wig would fool any Caponian. I'm not tearing hair off the toupee.
Alright. We can start constructing this mask, but we need a couple of items from our apartment.